Who's here? Good morning, good morning. Nobody's here yet. Here we are. Good morning. Let's get this up. Bit of a late start this morning, running around. On time on Saturday. Oh, shut up. We pick it up exactly where we left off 2 days ago. Exactly where we left off. So what's today's workout? Saturday morning, quiet day out here, not raining. Again, not raining, thankfully. We are going to be finishing the carving on, it's the 4th, right? We did the key block, the horse color, we did the key block, we did the horse color, we did the background, and now we're doing the gray. And I'm thinking actually that we need one more. I've only got one piece of wood here. The original, whatever the previous version is, a key block, a background color, a horse color, and a gray. But actually there's a bit of skin tone on this dude here. There's a bit of skin tone on this guy. And if we leave that out on ours, it'll just be white like the snowy areas. I could put it the same color as the horse, but his leggings are already the same color as the horse. And if we put the background on top, he'll end up too dark. So I think we'll need to find a bit of empty space on this block and just do a quick and dirty little block to cover his skin tone. It'll make 5 impressions for this, which breaks our little rule. But I think it's okay. So what we'll do is, there's empty space out here. Well, whatever, let's finish this one first and then get to that. Looks like it would be a great day for the levitating post. Yes, what would be nice on this one, you know, if my camera tripod out there had a little motor or something, and I could put a JavaScript up here on a web page, and you guys could click left and click right and rotate it and zoom. That would be fun, but I'm sure that's doable actually, but question of finding minutes in the day for it. Yeah, we couldn't do it through the Twitch interface, I don't think, but I could have a page on the website where people. What would you do? How would we do? You couldn't have everybody controlling it because that would just be chaos. But somebody could click into the controlling web page and it would lock everybody else out for like 2 or 3 minutes, whatever. So one person has 2 or 3 minutes to move it around, and then their session is ended, and somebody else could do it. Yeah, that's right. I can see you at the camera. You're following a woman walking down the street. I get sued. Yeah, right. But that would be fun. That's probably really doable, actually. I haven't looked into it. There must be pan tilt stands. You know, people have a webcam at their house. They're at the office looking at the webcam to see how their dog is doing or something. There must be a pan tilt control. Don't get started. Don't get started. Oh, John's on this. You click in, you get 30 seconds to control the camera. Yeah, okay. So if you want to, look into it. See if is this a thing I could buy? Is it a camera mount or is it the camera itself? Because I'm not going to buy some Windows applicable Canon camera setup or whatever. But if there's an electrically controllable mount, but that wouldn't do zoom. Whatever. If it's a camera mount, you don't have any zoom then. So you're just talking about left, right, tilt, whatever, pan and tilt, kind of. That would be level 1. Level 2 would be zoom. It's got to be doable. You know, my Sony tripod here, actually, it's got a thing that plugs into the camera. And then the tripod itself has zoom, zoom, in, out, slow, and the tripod, of course, is pan and tilt. So these cameras must be electrically controllable, as in zoomable and stuff. Because my tripod, and this is more than 10 years old, my tripod will do that. Okay, let's get some work done. What's going to be happening today then? We're going to be carving a little bit. We are going to be making another color block. We may have to do some persuading, noisy persuading. show and tell. I've got two things standing by. I know, we talked about this on Thursday. Two auctions, public auctions, Yahoo auctions came up. Two of them came up Tuesday night, and I took both of them. One of them was really, really special. It's not delivered yet. The tracking information says it's at the Asakusa post office at 2 o'clock this morning. So the guy may drop it off this morning during the stream. If he does, we will drop everything and open it. He may not do that. In reserve, the other auction I got on Tuesday is here. We can open that. It's okay, interesting stuff, but nothing dramatic. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, you're only here for the lamppost, yeah. Only here for the lamppost. I'm ignoring news. What's going on? I got to get some work done here. I'm not here. You're not here to sit here to watch me talk to a computer screen. I'm ignoring your important news. Glue. I don't. Karen, I'm sorry. I don't even remember what we're talking about here. Is this glue for pasting down the hanchta, or is it what? This stuff? You finally got some of this stuff. Is that the idea? I don't remember the backstory. I'm sorry. No, the white glue. You have a problem? What? As in, like, this stuff? You have a problem getting this in America? Okay, I'm not sure. I haven't, obviously I haven't been following those. I've seen conversation about Amazon packages and glue and stuff, but I always thought it was about this stuff you were trying to get, which you couldn't get in America. Anyway, let's do some work here. Let's do some work. Yep. Height. You guys can take care of your glue for a little bit there. Where are we here? Okay, we are talking about the gray block. Last few days have been so much work done here. I'm so happy with this, and the collection. There are 4 of us now working on that. We've rehired 3 of the people that were in the shop doing shop assistance. Yamada-san, he's here now 2 days a week. He spent last night, he punched in dozens and dozens of prints into the database last night. Just the first step, just make a database entry, get the print, name, title, whatever. Just first step, get it into the database. And step 2 is photography. So far, I'm still doing that, getting the shots. I've now got hundreds of prints shot, and the camera raw files are waiting. Next step is image processing, and that's the part that's really taking quite some time, because we're processing this stuff really, really carefully. What's happening here? Then Watanabe-san is training to do that. She's okay with Photoshop, but she doesn't understand some of the stuff that we've been doing, as in lens correction, stuff like that. So she's training on that one at the moment. Then Rose-san, the young Australian lady who was working in the shop, she has her own business as a dealer of prints and books, mostly books. Books as in very expensive, the rare book antique market. That's her private business. And she works for us as well. So she's doing the part that she knows how to do, look up the print and find more information about it. So the stuff that's growing in our collection, you'll see background information on the image content. Rose is the one who's preparing that. And it's growing day by day by day. Another dozen or so prints went into the system yesterday. So. And I guess the way to think about it, that's Patreon money working this, Patreon is still going really, really well. And this kind of thing for growing the collection is nothing to do with revenue. So that's the perfect use for the Patreon money. Not all of it, but a bunch of it's going that way. So. Also, I have to write to the Patreons today or tomorrow before the end of the month, something important. The Patreon system is changing actually this month. sales taxes coming in. They have finally got in line with many laws in Europe mostly. And the Patreon is going to have to start charging the people sales tax when there are physical goods being delivered and when the jurisdiction of the person, not me, the jurisdiction of the person giving the money is in a taxable area. So what I've done, I went to my Patreon page and I set the, they asked you to make a setting, and although we are actually sending prints at some point down the line after people have been a patron for a few months, I've marked it all as being the purpose of this patron is to just offer generic support to Dave. And that's not taxable. Now whether their algorithm buys that and doesn't charge tax to people, I don't know what will happen, but we'll see. I have mixed feelings. I know I pay taxes here where I live, of course, both normal income taxes and sales taxes, and I can't say I'm happy to pay taxes, but I accept the way. We have to structure our society. The managers, the thing we call a government, the people who manage our society overall, have to be paid, and so I accept that there's a thing called taxes, and I'm not a tax evader or whatever. But on something like this, it seems to me to make sense to try and minimize that burden for our patrons. I paid my own tax bill this month just the other day, plus our company pension contributions and stuff. It was 1,350,000 yen. That's this month's Dave's personal taxes and my city taxes, what's left on the Ome house, and the company pension contributions for a couple of months. Almost 1.5 million yen. No red lights. No red lights. All green, up, live, no drop frames. Looking good. You guys are okay? Good, good, good. As far as shipping, I think you're talking about shipping and stuff. We are really, really cooking with gas on the shipping thing to most places now. And the thing for America, of course, because the post office here still is not accepting for America, we're using FedEx to ship stuff in bulk. And the first few times we did that, sending to Jed, there was endless trouble. It was stopped by customs, stopped by FedEx, stopped by this, stopped by that. It was really causing a lot of hassle for Jed. He had to do paperwork. But something seems to have clicked now, and we've done 5 or 6 shipments, and now they just go straight through. We're getting the service that FedEx is supposed to deliver. They pick up here, and 48 hours later, it's in his basement. So finally, we're getting that. And Jed has a super efficient young lady assistant. So our Ome shipping staff prepares the packages with the final label, the address label for the customer, so that Jed's assistant can identify each one. And then Cameron prepares a spreadsheet of the addresses and sends it over to her, I guess in a CSV form or something. So she scoops that spreadsheet into her postage software and prints out labels for these things, slaps them on, and takes them down to the post office. The U.S. post office, so they're delivered domestically. And we've already started to hear from customers that I got this package from Jed Henry, and I thought, I didn't order something. What's going on? Oh my God! And it's their subscription print from us, And we're really, really happy. Jed is really, really helping us. Well, it's his too. It's his business subscription prints that he designed. So, but we've now got it down and stuff. Now we're finding in some cases when people hit the end of it and the beginning of it, we get turnaround time of less than a week. In the middle of this pandemic, with the post office not accepting shipments from America, we are managing sometimes turnaround of less than a week. I can't guarantee that because we batch them. Somebody whose order arrives just before we send the box, they're lucky. Someone whose order has to sit here for a week while we're filling up the box, that's a different story. But it's working. It's working. It's expensive, of course. We're paying double the postage, the local American postage, plus FedEx getting it to America. But that's okay. We can eat that during this period. You know. What did we do about this guy's feet? Do the sandals get colored? Let me just check back, see what I did. Oh yeah, so he got the leggings and the feet, okay. Looking okay, looking okay. Now, what's going on inside here? That's in, that's out, okay. If you notice there's two kinds of lines here. When I'm cutting this one, some of these things, part of this is going to be gray and part of it's out. And there's some of them, they're along the lines of the design. So, sharp cut, straight through, bang, the gray ends at the line that's on the design. This is our normal way, of course, of cutting a color block. So this part comes out, and the color block ends sharply at that line. But other parts of it, see this one here, this is his cloak. And this is not a sharp line. This is snow building up, snow building up on his cloak, and the bottom of his cloak is still gray. See the line here? It's a bit fuzzier. So what I've been doing here on this part and back on the other guy is I put the knife at a different angle. I've laid the knife down like this and cut this. Oh, good morning. 紙を出したよ。もう6時頃です。The paper is out. So the angle here, this is at a much more gentle angle. So when we're printing it, the Baron hits it. Here we go. It's a sharp edge here and a more beveled edge here. And we could even actually, if we want to, we can rough this up a little bit. And it'll look a bit fuzzier. It'll look a bit more natural, like the edge of the snow. That was Ishikawa-san. She's going upstairs. She's going to be working all day. She's working on, what's she working on right now? Number 8, subscription print number 8 in this year's set. I think it's called Even Fall. I can't remember. Or Even Light or something like that. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. One of my favorites in the set. Speaking about one of my favorites too, I know I'm a little bit mixed. Sometimes if I say stuff here, it might sound like I'm teasing about stuff coming up that I can't show you. And I'm not really sure the difference. Is it teasing or is it just simply talking about news, things that are coming up? The Cats series, the 8 views of Cats, I got last night from Dei-chan and Chon-san. They came over last night. They've been working at home. They came over last night and showed me the latest proofs of the second print, the Night Rain print. And I've got one here, but I can't show it to you because it's just not ready yet. But it's going to be, it's whatever. It's going to be one of the best prints we've ever produced. And again, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm teasing. This is just news. I saw this last night. I learned this last night, passed it on to you guys. You'll see it in a few weeks when the print is actually ready. She's now going to start, she's now starting to print it because I gave her the go-ahead. But it's incredible. It's incredible. And there's a bit of a plus minus with it. What she and Chon-san did, they touched base with me a little bit on this. We had a color block count. He and I did a rough color separation based on what the designer sent in. And it really sort of didn't work. It was okay, but it was just okay. So Chon-san himself, the carver Chon-san, said, okay, look, let me think about this and work on this together with Dei-chan. His partners are printers, so they have a good back and forth on this. And I said, sure, whatever, any help, work on this. And what they didn't get back to me on this. They just went ahead and carved a couple more blocks and did some test printing. They brought me the test print. And it was good, better, but it was still, so he went back and carved a couple more blocks. So Dave is in a bind here now. The first print in the Cat series used, what was it, 3 blocks both sides, 2 blocks both sides, 5 blocks, whatever, and away it went. So we priced it, 8,000 yen, out it went, and it's out in the market. We started the series. This one has twice as many blocks. It's worth it, it's worth it, it's worth it, but it's got twice as many blocks. So Dave now has sort of pinned the price for the series, and here already on the second one, it doesn't work. So I have to make a decision on what to do. Assume that number 3, 4, 5, 6, we can pull it back down and make simpler, cleaner prints, and this second one would be an anomaly and the margins would be lower, or I can break the policy of having the same price for all the prints in the set, and they might be priced a little bit different, up or down, depending on that. I got to think about that over the next couple of weeks while we're doing this. I tell you, so it's a bit of a tease, I'm sorry, but when you see this, just whatever, when you see this, there's just no doubt about it, this is going to be spectacular. And somebody's mentioned whatever, I'm happy I didn't pick the other Night Rain. There was lots of Night Rains, I'm not happy I didn't pick the other one. That one with the slanted, slashed rain from the girl in Israel, that would have been really fun to do. I really would have liked to do that one as well. And whatever, that idea also is still on the back here. We get to the end of the 8 and just go back to the beginning and start again, because there's so many good designs in there. Set of 8, maybe make more than one Night Rain, maybe make more than one Evening Snow, I don't know. If there's killer designs there that the world would love, just make them, So whatever, sorry for the tease, but just whatever, add it to your anticipation. There's something that's coming up you'll be able to see in a couple of weeks. And what I also can share is that what they did was they've done a few printing variations. And when we're printing all these prints, when we're doing our monthly print each time, of course, the printing going on, I can't hear that garbage truck, With the Shin Hanga prints, there's infinite variation possible. And I mean, pretty much almost in a literal sense. You're never finished. You can put deeper blue there, darker blue there, a bit more gradation here, a bit lighter there. There's no end to it. And what she's done, she and Chon-san has done, they narrowed it themselves down to 3 samples. The outside light a bit darker, the outside cherry blossoms a bit lighter, some variations on the concept. The print itself is on the 8 views of Cats update page. You can see the updates from about a month or so ago. And I've got them now. I'd asked them to leave them with me. So I've got upstairs, I've got the 3 prints, 1, 2, 3, and we're sort of trying to think, not just, but let's take the color from there, the color from here, the color from here, mix it. And she's waiting for my final go ahead. And that's another reason why we don't show it, because we've learned that over the years, that if I show, for example, these 3 prints, what do you think, guys? Here's number 1, here's number 2, here's number 3. If I show those, I'm going to get 6 different answers from the 3 prints. And then you get people who are disappointed because I didn't make the one they want. You know? Okay. That's carved. It's ready for persuading. But as I said, we need one more. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a quick and dirty. I don't even have transfer paper. Crap. How are we going to do this? Let's do that. Let's just make some. Let's make some. I'm going to make a quick piece of transfer paper, print the key block again, color in the skin tone, and find an empty place on this block where we can put it. Submissions are open pretty much for everything. I know 2 of them are locked, of course, done, carved. I have really got to pick the next one. I know. The problem is the next one in line, in the order I set them out, the next one in line was Autumn Moon. And I'm not 100% in love with all the Autumn Moon. There's some nice designs, but I'm not in love with all of them. But one of the ones down the line, Evening Glow, I think I know which one to use. So what I might do in the next couple of weeks is I might skip the order. It doesn't matter about the order. I might pick one of the Evening Glows so the staff can get busy carving it. Kawasaki-san can start carving. And then make another announcement. Okay, 3 of them are locked. We're still open for Autumn Moon for this, for this, for this, for this. So at the moment, if you're thinking about looking into this, Snow is gone, Night Rain is gone, and probably Evening Glow, you better keep away from that because I've got some really strong designs for Evening Glow. Everything else is still undecided, although Autumn Moon, I've got some nice ones. Descending Geese too, I think I know which one I'd like to use. For sure, wide open are Clearing Weather is wide open. Evening Bell, no, what's it called? Yeah, Evening Bell is wide open. I don't have anything even close to it. Those 2 are the ones that I'm wide open. Evening Bell and Clearing Weather. 2 are done. The other 4, I have strong candidates. Okay, what do we need? Crap, I'm talking too much. I'm working too little. This has become a boring talk show instead of a work show. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We have to print this. So in this area, we need some Gampi. And over there are my full sheets of Gampi, but somewhere here in my workbox, here we go. We have Gampi scraps. Sales. No, so. I don't know if I've got some interesting ones, but I have nothing that says, oh my God, you got to use this one. So yes, sales. That was what I couldn't remember. Clearing Weather, Evening Bell, and Returning Sales. Descending Geese, we've got a really fun one. So those 3, if you were going to fool around with this, those are the 3 that you should probably spend your time on. It's just a chemistry class flask. It's a 1-liter water flask. No idea. Okay, first let's find out our location. No ink, no nothing. That's just telling me we're there. That's where the man will be, so let's put a piece of Gampi on top of the man. In fact, let's not waste that big piece. Let's use a little piece. We're going to be, where are we? Right there. Here. I happen to have my spray right next to me. Shouldn't do this at my desk. We do this outside, but let's do this just a touch. Stick it on. Oh, I got spray glue everywhere. Okay, and we need to reach down. We got our pigment, brush. Somebody else got some prints? I own several of your prints. Big fan. Thank you. Thank you. I don't recognize Sasren. What would that be? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So here we go. I just stuck a piece of Gampi in the right place. Or what I think was the right place. Bingo, there we have it. Can I show the spray bottle, the glue? It's just spray glue. This is international. This is 3M company, giant international company. The label is Japanese, but it's 3M company. I think they're international. 5.5 is their glue that when you spray it, you can take it off again. It's a low tack. 7.7 and 9.9 are different. They're sticky, but 5.5, it's low tack spray glue. And it's nothing specifically Japanese at all. It's all over the place. Reposition, there we are, repositionable spray adhesive. Very nice. Okay, let's find a place up in this corner, up here to show. We're going to print down here. It won't bother up there. We're going to print over here. What I just need is just to find a place on this block. It looks a bit silly, I know. And the wood grain's funny. The wood grain is sideways. Believe me, for this little touch of skin color here, it won't make any difference at all. If I was doing a sky or something, there's no way you would put it sideways because the wood grain would be sideways on your sky. I know this looks funny, but whatever. We do what we got to do here. It might be a bit close to that registration mark. I don't know. That's okay. Actually, thinking about that, just a minute. Before I glue this down, one sec. Before I glue that down, let's think about this a bit more carefully. If I put it right there, here and here. If I put it there, I can carve there, but I want to clear away, and that's a bit too close to that registration mark here. So I think it might be better if I move him down a bit closer here. I can clear around him without any problem. So I think let's think a bit more carefully here. Don't be too slapdash here. Let's put him here. That means he's nowhere near that registration mark. Okay, let's try that again. Thanks. If somebody's catching that, thank you. Let's move that. So registration mark would be there, and would be there. Let's do that. Okay, so if he goes down there, that's in there. If he goes down there, here, and here, we're going to cut him right there. That'll be there. We can cut away, cut away, cut away. All right, we're okay. We're good to go. What diagonal? You've never seen this before. I guess actually we don't do it very often, but now and then when there's, I did lots with the Poet series. The Poet series, I know, I did this all over the place, I know, because there was a little scrap of color on a kimono somewhere, and those were big wood blocks, like $150 each for the blank blocks. And when you just need one more block for one little tiny kimono color, and the blocks are $150 each, whatever, you start getting creative and using a little bit of space here and there and here and there. The printers don't like this. I know, if you do this too much, the printers don't like it, because when they're printing here, they have to be careful not to bang somewhere else. In this case, it's no problem. We are far enough away here. And also the printers, there's only going to be, you know, 30 copies or so of this print made. So it doesn't matter. This is the ultimate limited edition for our workshop. Where's the end of it? Ah, I sprayed it too strongly. Here we are. We've had our peel all together. Here we are. Peel is done. It came off together. Can you see? Here we go. This is the backing sheet, and half the Gumpy paper, half of it, you can see, the Gumpy paper is still there, the back half of the Gumpy paper. I put too much spray. I did too much. The Gumpy paper sticks too much to the backing sheet, and when you peel it off, there's our peel. Auto peel. Also, I forgot to mark it in color. Ha ha ha. All right, let's carve him. But you got to be careful. Vivid KP says it happened to you before. The thing is, though, when it lifts off like that, it could really shift. It really, really could be easy to shift. So be careful, you know. I think we're okay here. You saw me, I peeled it and tapped it down. It's really, really easy to move. Now, because I'm too busy blabbing, I forgot to mark the areas that should be carved. So let's go back to our original copy here. We want the skin tone. So it's his arm. Actually, what it is, we'll do an overlap. So the skin needs to be basically everything inside there that is not cloak. We will leave off the cloak. We will do the skin. We will do the clothing underneath. We will do the bag he's carrying. We will do his legs all the way down to his feet. We will do everything except background and cloak and hat. Yeah, it's easy. No problem, no problem, no problem. Whoa, still wet. Still really, didn't you vacuum cleaner yet? Are we, what time is it? We're not running out of time, are we? 8:39. Oh, there it is. There she is. Okay, I think it is now cut. Oh, I didn't move the length, did I? The scoop. Okay, we're cut. It is time to make some noise. So to recap, the key block is here. It is outlined and it is persuaded and it is cleared. The color blocks, 4 of them, 1, it's outlined, now needs to be cleared. This is outlined, cut, needs to be cleared. On the back side, outlined, cut, needs to be cleared. And this one's outlined, cut, and partly cleared, but it needs some wider work outside. So there's no way around it now. There's no other work for me except the noisy stuff. So stand by. We have a limiter here on our mic, a limiter / compressor, which should make it bearable. Let's clear the desk. Yeah, I'm distracting myself. I'm happy today, actually. Oh, I'm happy all the time, but whatever. It's been real cool. The last few days have been really productive work. I'm always a happy guy, but just the last, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I'm enjoying this new life so much. You know, I'm sorry. This is a pandemic. People are dying. I get it. It's awful. Many people are hugely out of work. It's kind of a global tragedy in some senses. I know. But personally, this guy sitting here, his life has improved so much. I should be careful I say that word, improved. I know. Last fall, we had thousands of guests here. People poured in the door. Dave, I'd love to see you. Let's have a print party. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. But it was just becoming overwhelming. And I couldn't face coming up to this spring. This past January, February, I was faced with the thousands of reservations and people demanding and people coming and people wanting to see us. And staff was low and it just wasn't just whatever. And now all that has been taken away from me. There's still contact, there's still people in the email, I love you, we love what you're doing. But the personal demands day after day after day, get up, do this, go to bed, get up, do this, go to bed. Those demands have disappeared. My life has now become what it was. I no longer have an alarm clock. I get up, I'm full of wonderful, peaceful, productive work. There's less personal contact with people. The fans and stuff are not here, so that's missing. Take the selfies together, listen to their stories, laugh and cry together. That's gone. But whatever, for a while, it's going to be okay, you know. So I'm not, you know, then this is happening it's not totally out of my control. The thing itself happened out of my control, and then our train was thrown off the tracks, so we have put a bunch of new policies in. We've kept ourselves alive, and we're going to do okay. But personally, for me, day by day now, I'm productive, I'm peaceful, and whatever. I need more exercise. I'm not getting out there because I still do not want to catch this thing, so I'm sticking tight. But the problem for me for Tokyo, of course, you've seen the thing is, you know, Tokyo's not doing testing anywhere near as much anywhere else. But what they did do, there was a test done, the antibody test. This was done in where? I forget. Tokyo, Osaka, blah, 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 blah. They took like 10,000 people in each city and did the antibody test to see who has had this recently or who has got it, whatever. This is not the test to see if you've got the disease. This is the test to see if it's like been in and around you. And the numbers came back, I forget the number, it's like 0.01% of the population here in Tokyo shows these antibodies. Herd immunity needs something like, 70, 80%, and we're at 0.01% here in Tokyo. So the point being, whatever has been in place, whether it's masks or culture or luck or genes or whatever, this city is still hugely vulnerable. There's no immunity here, next to nothing. Statistically, zero. I know the article said this, that statistically, nobody in Japan has ever had this. I know, you know, like within margin of error, or whatever, that's how small it is. So for me, moving forward, I don't think I was on the brink of a burnout. Yeah, I'm, you know, I'm okay at this stuff. But the fact that it has gone another way has not destroyed my life. Oh my God, what are we going to do? You know, whatever. Anyway, Dave, be quiet. I'm going to make some noise. Let's test this delimiter. Have you got headphones? Be careful. We are now going to bang. I think we're good to go. I'm carving down here. Let's get the camera. Let's persuade. Here we go. Glasses change. And I off the tripod. This is set. That's the other mistake. Bang the tripod legs. Here we go. Dog fight out there? I think we had better switch to a smaller chisel here. No showing off here. Let's go through. Okay, what we'll do here, there's like 3 or 4 of these to do, but instead of doing all of them with the persuading, what I'm going to do is, I'll clear just this one for now. Another 1 minute here. I'll clear around the outside, and then I'll sit and do the inside of this. So there's no point in doing the noisy work just to the end of the stream, then signing off. So I'll do one of these at a time. Let's just finish this one here. Just get around the oval. This is really, this is the heavier chisel now. The noise level is going to increase just a bit more, just for another minute or 2. Okay, I think we're done. Okay, there are, as I said, there's more. But there's another one to do, another one to do, another one to do. There's no point in making noise here. I will now switch to the quieter chisels, and let's clear out the background here. Time, we're okay still. No here. Yo-sha. Yeah, the bot has a timeout. I know it does have a timeout. We found that somebody would ask a question and 6 people would jump in to answer it, so this thing would answer 6 times right away. So there's a time on it. I forget what it is. 1 minute or 2 minutes or something. I don't remember. So. These are some sorry-looking tools. They're not sorry-looking enough, you know. Oh, that's something else we can talk about, actually. The iSki chisels. Aoyama-san, the other day, on Tuesday, came to me. The tool project is actually, is this another tease? I don't know. The tool project is actually moving forward. It's good news, bad news. He's got 2 different types of steel we are testing. I'm testing, Chon-san's testing. And Aoyama-san is trying to decide between these 2 suppliers of the blades themselves. And we may end up going with both of them. The price is double, but the quality seems to be, it's different, but not all that different. But rather than for us deciding, we may end up doing both, because it's going to be the same handles, and we may have type A, top level, type B, pretty good, but half the price. So I don't know, we'll see. But the handles. We've tried, he's got different quotes from different people around who can make some blanks for us, or whether we should make them from scratch ourselves. And he and I have to make a decision real soon on what to do with the tying system. We're going to make these things, of course, because the blades are inside, the handle has to open like this to change the blade. The traditional way, well, not the old traditional way was to do it like this. It was split, you put it in and you tie it with something like shamisen string. You saw Ito-san's video, he talked about that. Then somewhere maybe in the early 20th century, they went to a system where it had a brass sleeve, so you could do it quite easily and quickly. This is plus minus. The brass is really dangerous for getting low and chipping away at your wood. But you can change your blade in a minute. With the string, this is much safer, much easier, much tighter. It doesn't muck around. But when it comes time to change the blade, you got to cut your string and retie it again. Not so convenient. But having said that, mine here, this blade hasn't been pulled out for years. I have no idea how many years. So we're trying to decide which system to go with. The super easy, convenient system, which actually is very expensive these days. Getting these brass ferrules made is really expensive, and the sample we saw is god-awful. They're going to look terrible. So we really do not perhaps want to do this. With the string system, we can control the quality 100% ourselves, and they will go out looking really beautiful, neat, and clean. But we have to make sure we include an instruction package as how people can retie them themselves when they have to. But they will look so much nicer. And that's the authentic side of this. So we're still wrestling with all these things. None of this is happening like tomorrow. There won't be any knives for sale in our catalog this week. It'll be months and months and months down the road, if it even happens. The spreadsheets are looking a little bit scary. But anyway, we're trying. That's another thing, the Patreon money. That's another part of the Patreon funds at work. The research and development that's going on here. That may or may not ever make a profit for us, but something we want to try and study and learn and figure out. So. No idea what's happening on the stream here. So, plastic sleeve. Aoyama-san is trying to convince me on this. He's trying to convince me. In fact, he showed me some samples. He's got some. You get this thing, you cut it like this, and you put a piece of plastic on, jam it on, and there you are. And you can get little plastic tubes. It's really easy, but it looks like a piece of crap. And there's this whole sort of paradox here. Functionality and tradition and appearance and mood and all of these things. And yeah, he said, Dave, look at this, 3 yen, a piece of plastic, there you are. And I'm like, Aoyama-san, I don't want anything to do with this, And he said, 3 yen, Dave, not 800 yen, 3 yen. So I don't know. That's what I said. I mean, this project, I don't know. One of the ways I came back to him with this was, look, Aoyama-san, look in Matsumura-san's catalog. He's got different kinds of knives. He's got knife sets that start at like 300 yen. They give these to kids in elementary school. We don't want to be in that business. I don't want to make crap. There's no point in putting more crap into a market that's already full of crap. He said, this isn't crap, this is great steel, beautiful steel. But can you make a knife with beautiful steel that's wrapped like an elementary school knife? It doesn't make any sense. The first day they buy it, they would be happier that the cost was reduced by 700 yen because it was a piece of plastic. But for all the next 50 years when you're using that tool, the piece of plastic is going to be in front of your nose when it could be something beautiful. And I'm thinking that I would rather put the higher price out there, fewer people will buy it, but it will be something that they will treasure and use and enjoy for the rest of their lives. He He said, Dave, most of these people, they're going to buy a set like this because they've seen your videos, they want to try woodblock printmaking, they're going to buy it, they're going to maybe try, maybe quit, and that thing's going to sit in a drawer for the next 50 years anyway. It doesn't matter. Very few people are going to go ahead and do this for the rest of their lives. You know? And I'm like, if that's the case, then why are we doing this in the first place? Let him buy the 100 yen set from Matsumoto-san. Part of the problem too is that the way those discussions go, if my side of it gets the upper hand, the knives will be more expensive and we will sell far fewer of them. And Aoyama-san, he's a part owner of this business now. You know, of course, he wants to make money. I understand, but if he doesn't want to be in a sort of semi-exclusive business where we sell one knife set a year and somebody's really happy with it, but that's not how you run a business, you know. So there's this balance back and forth between, you know. Another wave, another wave, another wave. No, a yen is roughly equivalent to about 1 cent. 100 yen is around $1 if you're talking American dollars. It's within 5% of that. These days, when we draw back our money, we get 103. Oh, somebody's already got it. So 100 yen is roughly. So when you see a Japanese price, just see it as American pennies. If the print in the shop is 3,500, that's $35 for U.S. dollars, not Canadian or Australian. Okay, I was talking not about the cost of the knife retail in the shop. I was talking about my cost for the sleeve. Those brass sleeves we're quoted like 800 yen each for our cost for an ugly brass sleeve. That's because nobody's making them anymore. And for Toyota in the middle of a car, that's 0.02 yen, but they're making thousands of them, tens of thousands of them. Well, this knife set, it's X hundreds of dollars, absolutely. There's going to be six knives in the set. And this is going to be X hundreds of dollars. We're absolutely not looking at the bottom end of the market, the beginners who just want to dabble in this. We're looking for people who want a beautiful, beautiful set of knives, lifetime tool. This is not really for somebody who wants to sort of try this out. For those people, use a much cheaper student set. Once you've enjoyed it for a while and you find that you really like printmaking, you want to get some tools that are going to last for a lifetime, that's the tool set that we're aiming at. So no, we're not at the entry level here, not in any way whatsoever. But I'm talking about like it's already happening. It's way, way, way down the line still. Way, way, way down the line. Any sign of the postman? Not yet. It's 9:06. Is the mailman going to bring that package from Tuesday's auction or not? I don't know. I don't know. If he doesn't show up during the stream time, I'm not quite sure what to do. The next stream is going to be Monday, 2 days from now. But I cannot wait that long before opening the package because I have to do the opening it, verify it, and go to the auction site and to verify that I've received it. Otherwise, the guy doesn't get his money. So even if it comes later today, I still have to actually open it. So if that's the case, then what I'll do is I'll open it, do my verification, and we'll have a look at the prints in the next stream. But there won't be a special unboxing. I can guess what's going to happen. It won't be here by 9:15, so I will start with the other package that I've got here, the normal prints, not so special prints. And then we'll just open those and get started when the guy will come in the door. Or even worse, he'll come in the door just when we're signing off at 9:29. He'll say, "Here's your package." Then what should I do? I'm excited about this one. It's funny. It's ego, you know. It's ego. I really should be careful about this, you know. The thing about this auction, I teased you about it the other day, you know. On Thursday, I talked a little bit about this story, and I gave a link to this auction to the stream. And I sort of teased. Hey, take a look at this, and you guys have a think. How much would you have bid on this? Or what do you think about this auction, you know? And the reason I did that, of course, is because it's an auction put up for a bunch of random prints, and the person putting it up didn't clearly understand what was inside it. And long story short, I know it was a very, very inexpensive auction, but inside it are some really quite nice prints that if, when we open it, we'll see, they could be quite, it's one of those, I know, very rare chances where you bid something low and get something that's really actually quite valuable. It may happen this way. But I put it out there because a bunch of people on this, watching the stream, do have quite a good knowledge of Shinhanga prints. And I put it out there thinking that I would get some emails later in the day saying, "Oh yeah, look at that, I see that." And I got one. I got one from a gentleman in Australia who's a long-time correspondent and knows lots about this stuff. And he didn't watch the stream live, he was watching it on a recorded version. And he must have gone to the auction site and took a look and said, "Oh, ho, look at that." So there was somebody else out there who saw this. Would I be spoiling things if I said who made the Fuji print? I'm not sure what we're talking about here now. Blah, 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 blah. I've missed part of this. What's the Fuji? I thought the Fuji print was nice. I don't have enough knowledge. In that auction, was there a Mount Fuji print in there? Yeah, oh, I think there was. Yes. Okay, just a second. Let me get the link. I've started the story, so I should follow up. Let me get the link. Hang on a sec. Italy. When was the auction? 23rd? 23rd? I better start my browser. I didn't. Copy link. Oops. Started the stream accidentally here. Okay, sorry, here we are. Okay, here's the link. It was an auction from Tuesday night. So there's the auction from Tuesday night. It was a random group of 19 prints, and some of them are mostly they're 20th century reproductions. But inside there's four prints that are really something a bit special. And they're not Yoshida. No, they're not Yoshida. And in fact, this is something actually interesting. We can chat a bit about this, I guess, in advance of this. There's another 20th century Shin-hanga artist who has remained almost completely unknown to the general world. And he wasn't published by the main places like Watanabe or Doi-hanga or something like this. I'm not sure the exact personal history, but he published himself, I think, for the most part. Set up his own company to publish. And this is, you'll see, in that auction, there are 3 prints. They're Shin-hanga type landscapes, horizontal landscapes, and they are by Okuyama Gihachiro, who is maybe unknown to a lot of you. And I get it that he's not a Hasui. I get that. But the prints are very, very attractive. There's a little bit of a more, not an amateur feel to them. It's really hard to pin down the word. What's the difference between his work and the mainstream Shin-hanga? It's very difficult to pin down. Anyway, whatever, when we get the prints, we'll talk about them. Anyway, but in that auction, long story short, there's 3 Gihachiro prints in there. But that's not why I bought it. There's something else in there. Something. Well, listen, Nishijima. Now, Nishijima, this is tourist stuff for me. There's a big, big difference here. Nishijima is tourist stuff. And the Kyoto guy, Tomikichiro, I forget his last name. Tomikichiro, blah, 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 blah. Tokuriki Tomikichiro. That, to me, that's schlock. That's tourist schlock, those guys. And the Hasui ones are, to me, much more artistic, although there's certainly a... what's the word? Go and grab the money aspect of those. And Gihachiro, Okuyama Gihachiro, to me, stands in between those 2 things. He's not mainstream Shin-hanga, but he's not tourist schlock. He's in between those 2 worlds. And now that we've got these prints, when they do show up, I've already got something by him in my collection, and now that these show up, so we'll put these probably pretty soon, we'll put them into the collection so people can see these and get more knowledgeable about this guy. And the other thing is, though, because he's so unknown, the prices, there's just, nobody will pay anything for these things. What's the typical price? Maybe $200 each or something, instead of for the Hasuis of that same era, we'll go for $700, $800, $1,000, $2,000. This stuff goes for $150, $200 or so. I'm missing most of the conversation here. So a little bit cartoony. This is it. I know there's a something cartoony aspect to them. Tell you what they look like. And I did my own landscape series a while ago. I did the 12 prints, and then moved on to something else. If I had stayed with doing those landscapes, I would have got a bit better at it, bit better at it, bit better at it. But they would never have progressed beyond the cartoony aspect. So inside my own mind here, when I look at those Gihachiros things, I think, okay, I get it. This is where I would have ended up if I had stayed with that and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. It's definitely a second tier. I mean, this is not A-level Shin Hanga artistry. This is, pick your number, B, C, D, whatever. And it's, a folk art, that's a few steps farther down. This is much better than folk art. That's where the Tomokichiro stuff, to me, that I said tourist schlock, but it's also more like folk art. The Sunday morning people, there's a lot of people here in Japan making prints as a hobby. And a lot of their stuff has a similar kind of a mood to this. It's like an amateur Shin Hanga or something like this, whatever word you would want to use for it. So this guy's really interesting, He's in that world and not in that world, And now you get the prints, and they were made, the ones we're seeing on that auction, they were made 1940, 42, 43, somewhere around there. They were all made right when the bombs and stuff were falling. It's insane. The guy still kept making and publishing prints in the middle of all that. And a bunch of the packaging has English on it. I'm thinking, what is this guy thinking in 1942, making prints and packaging them with an English description? I mean, what? Oh, 918. Okay. 918. Okay. Let's look at some prints. Okay. Changing the topic here. That auction that we were looking at hasn't arrived yet. It's due to arrive today sometime. So the prints we're going to look at right now are not from that auction. So put that one aside in your mind for a minute, and let's look at something else. That same night, there were two auctions. The other one was more normal stuff. It was a bunch of ukiyo-e reproductions, 20th century reproductions. And that did arrive yesterday. And let's take a peek at what's inside here. So just to make sure we're not talking about different things. This is not some special, oh my God, these are worth $1 million. This is just some simple 20th century ukiyo-e productions, the kind of stuff that comes up on Yahoo auctions. Here, in fact, I'll show you the link to the auction. Plop, 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 plop. This was Tuesday night, Etone. That one, I think. I nearly didn't bid on this for one reason, is because as you can see, if you've clicked through to the link there's a frame, and oh my God, they're useless for us. We can't ship them overseas. Nobody wants to buy them, visitors in our shop. We don't want them ourselves. And getting rid of the frame, the glass, is a pain. The garbage restriction rules, getting rid of glass is tough. So this is just, so I almost didn't buy this because I don't want this garbage here. But the prints look nice. Let's have a look. Here we are. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. We have a nice, first up, have a nice Utamoto reproduction. This is, oh, look at this. It's Kyoto Hangain. I don't get many of those. Everybody in this dog has made these. Adachi made them, Takamizawa made them, all different kinds of people made them. This is Kyoto Hangain Shinagawa Ban. And we have here Carver, Horita, and Sudi. Where's my magnifying glass? It's blurred here. It's blurred for two reasons. Matsunaga-san. I don't know these people. These are going to be Kyoto people. I don't know them. This is a year before I came to Japan, so I didn't met these guys. Matsunaga, I've never even heard of him. It looks nice. The quality looks nice. I'll get it out of the glass. We're going to throw away the glass. And a print like this will go into our shop. We already have millions of these ourselves. And it looks really nicely done. Look at this carving. Quite tasteful. 2 layers. Gentle carving gentle printing at the bottom, and then a blacker one on top. And then really shiny mica background. It's done quite nicely here. It's an all, I hate to know, what do they call these things? There's different names for them. It's a toy that was common in the Edo era. And they're called either bidoro or poppin. And I saw a woman, actually they had one, a demonstration one day. And it's a glass thing, there's glass at the end of it. So this is not a funnel. This is a funnel shape and the back end of it also has glass. And when you blow it in, the end of it goes, so it makes a little pop sound, pop sound, pop sound. And it was a big deal before the era of internet and movies and whatever else. Toys were toys. This is just a little cool toy made of glass that made some interesting pop sound. Okay, that's item number 1 that was in there. We will remove it from its glass and safely store it. But what else? We have a bunch of other, and this was a bit of a mix. Let's have a look and see what's inside. First up, no idea. These look like they're made from kirie, cut paper. This is actually woodblock print, but the design is a type like a kirie. And this, I believe, this is Ryoanji de sho. This is Kyoto stuff. So these are like Kyoto tourist world. This is a 20th century thing. It might be an amateur person. It might be somebody professional. I don't know. We clearly have the Ryoanji garden over in Kyoto de sho. What's next? Upside, downside. That's right side up. Yes, they're going. This is the street that's leading up to Kiyomizu Temple in Kyoto. These are very much Kyoto tourist-oriented things. This is a woodblock print, but, oh yeah, it's done with the press. I think it might be done with the press. I'm not sure. That black is a rich black. That could be done with the press. I don't know. No, it's got barren striations on the back. Somebody has got a nice, rich black. Beautiful, beautiful. No idea who it is. It looks like a kirie type of design, but this is a woodblock print. And I would guess this is perhaps the person's logo or name here. If anybody's got any ideas, let me know. I have no idea who this is. We can do a bit of research. What's this? Oh, this is Kurashiki, another tourist spot in the Kansai district. These are the storehouses in Kurashiki. And these will be, I think, the big buckets taru used for making miso. And this guy knows how to do black. This guy knows how to do black, for sure. And this is worth the whole package itself. What did we pay for the package for the auction? I forget. 4,000 yen? 3,000 yen? I can't remember. This is a 20th century reproduction of a painting by Shunsho, Katsugawa Shunsho. He did a series of paintings of the seasons. I think there's 3. There's only 3 or there's 4. I think the 4 were made and 3 survived to the current time. And this again, a nicely made reproduction. Look at this, very nice. On the scale here, there's my finger for scale. We've got the nose carved, nice. This is beautifully done. Perfectly registered, very nicely done. Clean and clear in the back, no foxing. Very nice. This alone is worth everything we paid for this particular batch of prints. Well, you see, the hand is weird, yeah. The way they draw the fingers to show. Look at this. I mean, none of the people in that era, this will be 1770s, I'm guessing. The original design would be 1770s. And it was a different ethic of drawing stuff. Nobody was worried about realism. The perspective is strange. I mean, look at the noses. I mean, nose, mouth, eyes, all the proportions are what we would call weird. That was the convention of the day. That's very nice. That goes into the collection. Very nice. What else have we got here? This is cheaper stuff. This looks like a Yu doll Hunger reproduction. A little bit foxed on this one. The last one, you say odd size, because it's a reproduction of a scroll. It's a reproduction of a scroll painting, so it's tall and thin. The original was a scroll painting in a set of 4, as I said, of which 3 apparently still survive. These are nicely made, you know. They're cheap little things, but look at this, look at this, look at this. This was back in an era where the basic level of craftsmanship was still tasteful and nice. You know, it decayed after this. This would be 50s, 60s, I don't know, somewhere on there. This one's spoiled. It's not boxing. Somebody spilled some coffee on it. Coffee or tea or something. I think she's got a tissue or something, a handkerchief. These girls, I think, are just out of the bath. They're in their yukata. This is a summer scene, and I believe they are coming back from the bath, or they've just done the laundry. You tell me. Wringing out her towel. She's got a tissue. And even parts of her face and parts of her body are done with karazuri. Do you see it? The embossing? Parts of the body are done with embossing. Very nice. These are tasteful. And what else is in the package? We have a few landscapes. This is Common Garden. These are literally a dime a dozen, but this one also is nicely made. No publisher's mark on this. Not sure who made it. Any one of a number of companies doing reproductions. This is, oh, look at this, 2 copies. Why would there be 2 copies of the same design with different color green? Somebody has collected 2 copies of the same design. Same blocks, I think. It's the same publishing company. Yeah, same blocks. Printed at different times. So somebody, somewhere, liked this design. Maybe they lived there or went there. No idea. And what have we got? Last one here. It's another one from the Tokaido. This is Hodogaya. This is in Yokohama these days, actually, now. This one actually is not printed so nice. Look at this. Look at the signature. It's not printed carefully. The printer did his key block and didn't quite get to this. So I wonder if some of these prints, maybe this might be, again, left over from a printer's workshop or something, or rejected prints. Prussian blue, that's the real life Prussian blue. You got it. That's the rich, super jet blackness of the Prussian blue. Again, these are not original Hiroshige. This is all post. Everything you've seen here on the desk here, this is all post-war. Absolutely post-war. 60s, 70s. Okay, there we have it. And as I mentioned, on the same day, I won another auction, and that one is going to be much more interesting to look at. And we'll see that in the next stream. Here we are. We're gone now. Okay, where are we standing? What's the plan for work now? I'm not quite sure what to do with this. This is Saturday morning. The next stream will be Monday morning. I will finish off clearing those 3 blocks. Maybe I'll do some of the persuading before the stream starts on Monday, and Monday I will clear off the rest of those blocks. And then I'm not really quite sure what I'll be doing through the rest of next week, because that's all the carving jobs cleared off my desk. Our financial year ends in 3 days on the 30th. So my personal work schedule is going to be full of financial stuff. I've got to get the bookkeeping software finished. We've got to do an inventory. We're going to do that Friday next week. Count every print and every sheet of washi in the building. So my personal life the next couple of weeks is going to be stuff that is not easily streamable. So let me think about this. So no, I'm not canceling the streams here. I'll find something, but it won't be coincident for you to sit here while I do computer programming. So I don't know what we'll do. I'll find something. Anyway, Monday will be the final work carving these blocks, and then we'll work that out next as we go. If anybody's got some ideas, things that we could actually do here that would make sense, let me know, and we'll think about that. Make some muffins on stream. I don't quite think that should be what we do, but whatever. Okay. All right, I'm going to sign off now because I do have a ton of work to do. I'm going to sign off. Thanks very much for coming in. I know that show and tell, the one that is going to arrive today, I will save it. We will look at it on Monday and investigate what was in that package. Thanks very much, guys. See you in a few days. Enjoy yourself and stay masked. It's in that pocket always. As soon as somebody comes in the door, this is our secret weapon. Talk to you next time, guys. Thanks.